Thanks to our great friend Amr, who took us to discover the birthplace and tomb of Elijah the prophet all through the Palestinian areas today. It was a great job getting ready for our movie coming up on Elijah and Elisha. Joe and Trey, Mark and Tony, we are out exploring Sebaste, the tomb of Elisha the prophet and John the Baptist, and to find the place of Elisha's birth. These are colonnaded streets as we arrive in Sebaste in Samaria. This is from the time of the Romans, and it's quite amazing. We're driving through Sebaste, where we're going to be filming a segment of this video we're making.
See, the buses have to come up this way sometimes, and you need an excellent driver here for that.
Yeah, thank you.
We're going to be coming back here, Joe and Trey, in the summer, next summer, with a group for Holy Land Part 2, where we visit all new things. But you'll be here in June. Remembering the story in the Bible where Ahab's body was washed after he'd been killed. It was washed right here. This was a pool. And that's where his blood dripped off, and the dogs came and licked up his blood, according to the prophecy of Elijah the prophet. This is also where Elisha was buried. But this will play big in our movie because of the death of Ahab too. Okay, we're going into this little place that goes down into the stairs down to see where the tomb is. Okay, Joe and Trey. We're going down this little
Watch your head, Steve.
stairway underneath the mosque. New adventures for Trey.
Watch your head.
And that's it.
This is it.
There it is. There's the
So this is John the Baptist?
and Elisha.
So they were both
This is the
buried.
tomb. They were both buried here, but now
These
they're
are also tombs.
in Egypt. But these are all tombs, these holes.
If you actually look in there, you see them?
Yep.
Yeah.
Those are old tombs in there.
Yeah, these are all.
Joe, we're looking at lighting down here. Look at this little stairway you have to come down. It's really steep and narrow. Probably not going to get a lot of equipment down here easily. And Janet is thinking, here, hold it on me. Janet is thinking we might not need extra lighting down here because they do have and if that's good enough, we're just
Yeah,
thinking.
your face looks good. We're just having a shadow.
And then I'm going to be over here pointing to this. This is the tomb of Elisha the prophet and John the Baptist.
Yeah, I think the lighting's really good.
Okay, hit the stop button. Okay, these are the stairs up. It's pretty short here, about 5 foot, get a squat. And up the stairs, there's Janet up at the top.
Back in here.
Yeah, you gotta watch your head right here, because this is about 4.5 feet or 5 foot. Okay. This is very cool, guys. You're gonna love this.
Here, take a picture of the doorway.
There's,
See, already you have
there's the
to get
doorway.
down there.
Kind of like going into the church. This is a statue of Herod Antipas, who had John the Baptist killed.
This is the god of Baal.
That's the god Baal. Ooh,
Right there.
very good. That's the god Baal, and this is a statue of Herod Antipas, who had John the Baptist killed. Down there is the tomb of Elisha and John the Baptist. There's the church we were just in with the head of Baal. Down below that are the tombs, and just outside there below is where Ahab washed the blood of Ahab in the dog. Okay, now we got some spiral staircases, Joe and Trey, up to the roof of this thing if we want to go up here and get pictures, but this is really tight. Spiral up. That's all Crusader, Muslim behind it.
actually the size of the church.
This was the size of the church at the time,
And you see,
4th century.
just to get a grasp of what I'm talking about, this would be, huh?
We're on the roof of the mosque.
Sebaste, you see, this would have been, if you look, this would be the main entrance right there of the church, the Crusader
right
church.
Right.
You come into the central nave. I want you to see that this is one pillar behind one pillar. Here's another one pillar right there. So side aisles.
The side aisles would have been here.
Central nave.
Central nave.
Where we are would have been
Byzantine church.
It's this Byzantine style, but this is
Crusader.
Crusader.
Okay.
Okay.
But there was a church here before, though, too, right? There was a church before Crusaders.
Oh, yeah.
The original one. That was built over this, too.
Yes.
Okay, Joe and Trey, that is the entrance where the tombs are. We got to go down the stairs there. They're underneath here. I'm thinking it might be very cool for you guys to be up here, so you get the whole wide angle while I'm down there talking and go down in. Anyway, just an idea as we're scouting this place out. Okay, so we're going to walk down here to the Church of St. Helen, then up to
It's all up, actually.
uphill, up to the palace of Ahab, and then to the Roman
Exactly.
theater. This marks the location where Ahab's blood was washed off his body, and the dogs licked it up. But it's actually, this is later, it's underneath, there's a pool, and it happened right directly under here, and there's no access to it. But we'll film here anyway. This is a Church of St. Helen from the 4th century when she came here after Constantine made Christianity legalized. First it was Holy Sepulchre, then Bethlehem, then Pater Noster Cave of the Teaching, then this one, and number 5 was in Hebron. This was a church here. Oh, there's the apse. They're the round apse. Big lizard. This is part of the palace of Omri and Ahab. This is where Ahab and Jezebel lived. It was called the Ivory Palace because it was so ornate, and they found ivory here. And here they sat trying to make all the rest of Israel worship Baal and Asherah, and it didn't work. This is 8th century BC. These rocks were laid here 3,000 years ago. These were the royal steps up into the palace of Ahab, his ivory palace. There you've got the steps up above would have been the palace. Hello, marhaba. Nice donkey.
I'm saying, when you come up those steps, must have been like 4 huge columns, and you can see the pedestals, the bases of those pillars right there, the bases of the columns.
And just imagine Elijah coming from Haifa over there where it wasn't raining, and for 3.5 years he said he came all the way here and he beat Ahab, and you imagine the prophet going up those steps to confront the king in his ivory palace. Okay, Joe and Trey, we're coming south out of Nablus. Beautiful country here. It's the West Bank, and Amer's GPS keeps saying, "What the hell are you doing here, Israeli?" But it's okay. You won't mind. It's safe. We're almost to Abel Mahula, which is the birthplace of Elisha, where we'll be coming to film. Right near the Jordan River, up near the West Bank, in the West Bank actually. And this is the area of Mahula where Elisha was born. And we're on some kind of a kibbutz or a farm area. And we're kind of way off the beaten track here, as you can see, trying to find the Tel Abu al-Sus, which was the actual birthplace. Oh my goodness, this is not good for the car. Maybe these guys will know where we're going. We'll ask them. It says that Elisha was plowing 20 oxen, 10 different plows. Look at that land. This is exactly where he was plowing, and they're still farming it today. One of the reasons I like doing this is because you see the proximity. We're coming down to the birthplace of Elisha, knowing that the birthplace of Elijah is right up there on the side of the Gilead Mountains. They could have shouted to each other when they were kids. We're right on the borders now with Jordan. You can see the fences there. That's all landmined areas. You can see those yellow signs there. Say don't step here because there's landmines. So we're right on the border of the Jordan River coming up here. It's telling us the liability of mines. And you can see the yellow signs here. It said mined areas.
We're facing the Tel exactly right now.
There's the Tel Abu al-Sus right there. And that is the birthplace of Elisha. And right across, amazingly close, is Tishbe, where Elijah was born. If they were kids together, they could have yelled across the Jordan River to each other. And look at this land. Think that plowing, look at how flat and beautiful that land is for plowing with oxen. That's exactly where Elisha was. We're getting a little careful here because you can see there those signs that say this is landmined areas and that we're at risk of landmines here. I'm glad Amer's so brave. He's not saying anything.
Well,
There's Mahula right there. That is the Tel where Elisha.
right there.
Elisha. Wow.
There's a spring here also. That explains the cultivation of the land because of the water. There's a source of water here.
Well, we can get pretty close for this video. And look at the fields. As you can see, we can't get much farther because this is the military borderline with electric fences and landmines. And that is actually the Tel where where he was born. So we're gonna see. We should even go in here or not.
Yeah, you're making me nervous now.
This is the Tel Abu al-Sus, which is the birthplace of Elisha the prophet. A tel is a civilization that's built on top of each other, building mounds over time. And this is the actual place where he was born, and we're able to get down to it. We saw what we came to see. All right, we're at the end of the road here. Nowhere else to go. Gotta turn around and go back because this is the border fence. See what we do, Mark and Tony, to make these movies happen? We put our lives at risk.
In a sense, we do. You know.
We do.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is going to come down here where we are right now. There is nobody else down here.
If a crazy.
Hope you guys all enjoyed this short video showing you what we did today and all the discoveries for the Elijah Elisha movie. Can't wait.
Let me tell you, if I've come this far, I'm going to see it all.
That's a brown eagle. He's got something in his talons there. He wants to stop and eat lunch, and we keep chasing him. What a beautiful bird.